Welcome back to South Carolina Stingrays TV. Joseph Jakaitis with you, the voice of the Stingrays, joined alongside Stingrays assistant coach and manager of hockey operations, Ryan Warsofsky. Today we have a huge announcement for the organization, just a couple days away from training camp. And I know a lot of fans out there were asking, what was he up to and what was he doing? He called Low Country home throughout the summer, but he is now back with the Stingrays organization. The Rays have re-signed goaltender Jeff Jakaitis, who won the ECHL Goaltender of the Year award last year, and all ECHL first team selection, and the list goes on and on, Ryan, with the awards that he picked up. We talked about him, it felt like every game last year with just the performances he turned in, win after win, night after night, just a very consistent goaltender. It has to be nice to know that you got a solid rock between the pipes.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to have Jeff back. Like you said, he was a rock behind our D and our forwards. We leaned on him a lot through a stretch there. He winning games, and that's why he won Goalie of the Year. He's just night in, night out. A veteran that knows how to come to the rink and compete and take care of himself, and come off his knee injury. We're excited. He's going to be healthy and ready to go. I don't know right off the bat, but eventually, and he's working his tail off to make sure that he's ready to go.
A two-time ECHL Goaltender of the Year award. He shares that honor with just one other member of the ECHL record book. So certainly he continues to perform and continues to shine. And like you mentioned, we talked about other players coming off of injury. The year did not end the way that he would like, and it was certainly frustrating for him to sit on the sidelines during the playoffs. So even though he's a very veteran netminder, he knows what to expect of him and from his teammates, but he's going to be coming in hungry and ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. And knowing Jeff and Spencer and I, just knowing who he is as a person, we know he's going to work his tail off, like I said, to get ready to go. And he wants to be the #1 guy. And there's no reason why he can't get back to where he was. And we know he's just working towards that. And he's committed to him as himself to getting to where he wants to be.
When you think of leaders, when you think of experience, and at all different levels, Jeff Jakaitis really stands out just because of how he's played at the ECHL level, the American Hockey League level as well. And he's been and knows what to expect. He's been with many organizations prior to landing with the Stingrays permanently last year. So when a guy comes to you and has questions or wants to learn more, it's easy just to introduce him to Jeff Jakaitis and have him show him the way.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an 8-year veteran. He's a leader. Even though he's a goalie, he's still a leader in our eyes. He wants to win just as bad as anyone else in our organization. And a lot of these young guys can look up to him, whether it's not even a goalie, it can be forward or defense. Sometimes I'll even talk to Jeff. He's a great guy for us in that locker room. He's a great guy in the community, and we're really excited to have him back.
Yeah, definitely. It was obviously a tough way to finish the year. When you have to watch from the stands, it's never fun. So my summer basically was full of rehab. Spent a lot of time with Rick and Dave and Sarah up at Trident Sports Medicine, doing a lot of rehab. Feeling good. Wasn't able to get on the ice much. Been on for about 2 weeks now, and feeling pretty good. So yeah, it's just kind of gearing back up. Obviously, having last season cut short, I've kind of been chomping at the bit to get going this year, and this will be my 3rd season here. I'm excited to be back. I've spent the summers here the last 2 years, and I've really kind of made Charleston home, so I'm excited for the opportunity to stay.
Digger, JJ, Jacko, fans have been wondering what you've been up to pretty much all summer long, and wondering if you were going to make your triumphant return back to the Stingrays, or if unfortunately we're going to have to see you with another team. So for you, how much does it mean to be coming back to basically pick up right where you left off, reigning ECHL Goaltender of the Year, 2-time Goaltender of the Year? We can really rattle off all the awards you've picked up, but to this community and to these fans, you're a big deal. How much of an impact is that on returning and calling this place home?
Yeah, I think as you kind of mentioned, it's a great place to be. I've gotten to know a lot of people here. I've been a bit of a suitcase early on in my career. I've spent time in a lot of different cities, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity to be here. It's close to my boy. I got to see him a lot this summer, which was great, and he's kind of getting to that age where he understands what's going on and he enjoys coming to the game. So being able to play in front of him is, I'm really thankful for that. And it's been a great 2 years here for me. Like you said, I've gotten to know a lot of great people, and it's kind of home for me now. I haven't, I don't. In the summertime, a lot of guys go back, wherever they might be from, and I stay here. This is, like you said, kind of become my home, and to be able to sign and have the opportunity to spend another year here is it's the ideal situation for me, and I'm excited to get going.
Last summer, you tested your art skills with working with pottery and hands and making some crafts and really making art downtown and working making plates, bowls for a lot of big companies and restaurants here in town. So what did you dabble in this summer? What caught your eye?
This summer I wasn't as busy working. I spent a lot of time. My son was down pretty much all week. He has the summers off from school, so spent a lot of time with him. I did get back in the pottery studio with the guys over at Cone Tent Studios. I've been working with them a little bit. Their business has really been growing, and I've been buried in plates trying to keep up, so I've been trying to help them out when I can, and so yeah, that was a lot of time at the Children's Museum, at the beach, hanging out with my boy, and obviously, as I mentioned, getting back on the ice was a big part of it, and working with Rick on rehab and whatnot was a big part as well.
Now looking forward, trying to build off a huge year that you had for yourself last year, and as I mentioned, two-time ECHL Goaltender of the Year, and you picked up a slew of awards last year, all ECHL first team. You also won the Community Award with our organization, the Jerry Zucker Community Award. So now, obviously, you mentioned that you're hungry because you're coming off the injury and you're hungry and ready to go. But when you look at those numbers and you look at the expectations that people have for you on the ice at your peak, how do you continue to grow, continuing to improve? Because certainly at a goaltending position, I mean, I don't know how much more tweaking or fine-tuning you could do to your skills to get any better than what you did last year.
I don't know. I've never been the individual awards and that are nice, and you mentioned some of those, but I don't really put a lot of stock in those. The important thing to me is how we do as a team, and I think that was. Some people might look at last year as, well, you won this award or that award, it was a success. And for me, the most important thing where I'm at in my career right now is trying to win a Kelly Cup. That's I think there's a ton of room for me to improve, because it's, I haven't had an opportunity in really many opportunities in my career to put together a playoff run and to get close to a Kelly Cup. So that's that's my goal. That's my concern. That's really the only award that I'm worried about is trying to win a Kelly Cup, and all the individual stuff will fall into place. I think that's kind of where my goal's at. So.
Since you've been able to live in the Low Country, you've been able to speak with the coaching staff and see a lot of the names that have been coming in terms of signings and people agreeing to terms to come here. You also saw the big news with the dual NHL affiliation. So there's a lot of news and a lot of buzz surrounding the Stingrays heading into the year. But for you, what are you most excited about? What are you looking forward to?
I think just playing. As you mentioned, there's a lot of things to be excited about. In the past, I've played against the Stingrays when they've been affiliated with Washington, and generally they get a lot of guys, from that organization. And I think that's an exciting step for the Stingrays to be back affiliated with them, and things worked well with Providence last year. Got some really good players from there as well. So I think with the double affiliate, one thing I noticed, there's going to be a lot of turnover. There's a lot of new guys, and I think fresh faces sometimes can be exciting. It hopefully will bring a lot of enthusiasm. And I think for me, it's as you get a little bit older and you've gone on in your career, you don't know how much time is left, and as it kind of wears on you, I think you enjoy it more on a daily basis, and especially with me having two injuries now where I've been out for significant amounts of time, you really appreciate the time that you do get at the rink, and when you're playing, you kind of stop taking it for granted. When you're younger, you feel like you can play forever, and I'm kind of on the down slope of that. So it's I'm just looking forward to being in the room, being on the ice, looking forward to the road trips, and just kind of getting back to playing.
Jeff, congratulations on the deal and welcome back to the Stingrays.
Thanks, Joey.